Welcome back to Valley Boys TCG. CK here, and we've got a very special gameplay for you here today. This is the finals, and this gameplay is actually provided by Uchi Games. So if you aren't familiar with Uchi, he's putting up some great videos for the Godzilla Card Game, a lot of great news reports and card reveals, so highly recommend. Great member of the community. Please make sure to follow his channel, like, subscribe, and head over and give him some love. Shout out to Uchi for providing us with some gameplay. This is our first little collab that we do plan on doing some more in the future. We're starting it off light here. So we have some gameplay from one of his locals finals, and we have a blue versus red going on. I don't have the exact deck names, but title of this video is generally what we see in the video, as you'll see going forward. And you just see red doing some small things here, raging up, very red stuff. And yeah, and then they get up to the 4. So blue, actually, the blue deck, watching this gameplay, is very interesting because it plays very much like a red deck. You'll see that very much raging, a lot of rage, and then he's got the blue card, the Godzilla 2000, that when invading, destroy one of your rank 4 lowers. So red playing that, playing the Mantis out a little early, probably not the best play there. But it's all good. So red's got some decisions to make. Blue's in a pretty good aggressive point here. They've got plenty of rage. They're not at threat of counter. They're a little ahead on the board. And yeah, so we see red invade 1. They're going to go ahead and get out a Godzilla 2023 battle card on board just to kind of start setting up, getting ready for some defensive plays. And he's trying to decide if he wants to get rid of this card in hand or not. And he decides to go ahead and rage up 1 there. And then end of turn, he keeps missing his end of turn trash the top to get an extra rage, unfortunately. There are a few misplays in this game. We'll make note of them as we go, but you know what? This was from a few weeks back. It was early, one of the early tournaments for them, so there will be misplays, but nonetheless, the gameplay is very fun to watch. So blue's turn here, they invade 1, and we see the Varan come down. Varan, a good card to get your hand cycle going. And the reason blue is doing a lot of discard and a lot of raging is because they play a lot of Godzilla versus MechaGodzilla. And you need to have, I believe, 7 monsters in trash to be able to play that card. So he's basically setting up for that place very shortly. Now, red is in area 6 already, so we see some Battras in hand. Yeah, there he drops the extra monster card. He was trying to decide if he was going to trash it or not. Battra comes down, another draw 1, trash 1, and there we go. We should have, I believe, the 7 cards in trash now. And then another Battra come down. This is the Battra that will give him the counter. We see a very big battle point there. So we get the counter because we have plenty on board. And now here's our first misplay. He plays Operation Watatsumi here, but remember that strategy cards are what area you are on the field, not where your opponent is. I think he saw his opponent at 7 and assumed he could play it, whereas he is only at area 5, so he technically shouldn't be able to play that yet. So that is a misplay. It will set blue back a little bit, unfortunately. But you know what? Like I said, misplays will happen. It's very important to remember that your battle cards are where your opponent is, your strategy cards are where you are. And so he invades 1 here, so he's at area 6. This is the 2023 Stage 2 Godzilla that lets you search for the burst card. And now I don't think he reset that rage, but now that he's at area 6, he can do the Kamakuras again, and this time with the Awakening, he'll get a second one on board. So he's just trying to set up some good strategy to counter here. Unfortunately, we saw that he tossed 1 and he had 1 blown up already, so there was only 1 other in deck. And City of Tokyo comes down, he drops 2. Now I think the mistake was he probably should have put Kamakuras on 8 so that he could have put both City of Tokyos in the bottom row or off of 8, because City of Tokyo is not something you want on area 8. You want something that can be boosted. And here's our second misplay from blue. They get countered, and they're able to play an evolution card. It's supposed to play in the space adjacent, and unfortunately he doesn't play it adjacent. He should be only playing it in 5 or 7. He places an 8, but that's all right. Remember that when you do get one of these evolutions from the counter, it is before the start of your turn, so you can still evo at the start of turn. So here we've got a board of Battras now. And blue started off a little aggressive. You saw all the rage, and you saw them pushing forward a lot. Now blue is shifting over into what blue does best, and that is the counter strategy. So we have a good amount of Battra on board. I think we're already at like 17 counter power. He drops the Orga, and I'm not sure why he places it on 2. I think 7 would have been fine, especially for what he does next. So he's deciding what he wants to do, and decides that he does want to get, since his opponent's at 7, might as well play a big 7 battle card while he is here already. He's counting out the monster cards to make sure he has enough, and I think that is already telling you right now that he is ready to drop the MechaGodzilla card here. He's just reading the City of Tokyo. City of Tokyo is 0, but it powers up your other cards on 8, so having one on 8 really does nothing. And so here comes Godzilla against MechaGodzilla, and that will go ahead and give us a big 25,000 counter power, and our stage 2 Godzilla is only at 13, so we will see the counter victory come in, and Godzilla is now into form 3. And yeah, blue has shifted. Blue started off with the aggressive rage and rushing forward, and it looked like they were doing an aggro rush strategy, and now blue has shifted over into a very, very defensive battle strategy, counter strategy, which is very, very interesting. I think that's what blue does best. Blue is a very, very good at the counter. But funny enough, red seems to have played most of this game in that kind of defensive, play a lot of battle cards style. So, and they do have a good amount of stuff on board. Like I said, they should have placed the Kamunga on 8, and that way they would have been able to leave City of Tokyo on 2 or something like that. Not Kamunga, Kamakura, sorry. Wrong insect. And so red's got some decisions to make here. Now we're going to see the invade 1. And he probably wants to rage up. If he rages up, he should get a little bit more counter power, make it harder to... And so here we see the 2 rage come in. And that will trigger his ability. If he has 2 rage, he gets another 5,000 threat. So it's buy 2, get 1 free. This stage 3 Godzilla 2023 does have a kind of buy 2, get 1 free on the rage effect. And so we see their threat level is only 13. We have a counter of 15. So we are able to counter blue. Blue gets to get knocked back 1 step. And we see the 95 Godzilla level 3 come into play. And we've got some pretty good back and forth. Really good back and forth going on. Now, the blue player breaks my heart here. That's a naked gold rage. I don't know if you've noticed it early in the game, but he has a gold rage card completely unsleeved. That hurts to see. That breaks my heart. But yeah, big counterplay here from blue. So blue advances, uses the MechaGodzilla to clear the opponent's rage. So red loses all the rage, and then they go ahead and play the destroy a card to completely clear zones 1 through 5, all the battle cards. So we get a counter, we get a board clear, or nearly board clear, and really set back red. So yeah, blue has some very strong play here. You see all the battle cards are out. They are ready to go. And then now Godzilla Fest Godzilla 4 is not one that you want in your monster deck. I think this is one that you want in your main deck because its effect is enter your turn. So if you are entering, it doesn't make sense for your monster deck to play it out because you won't get the effect. And now here he does another Operation Watatsumi. Now, yes, technically this is again a misplay because he's not at 7, but I think this is more of a miss sequence because right now he's going to go ahead and invade 2 and place himself at area 7. So it will kind of clear up the board state. and make it make sense. So yes, technically at this point of the turn, it is a misplay, but we fix that relatively quickly right here. I think his next play, you see the monster card in hand with the 2-step. So he decides, and I think there's a better way to do this. He does kind of missequence things, but we see the Ginza annihilated. So when his rage increases, he'll destroy stuff. And then what we should do here, yeah, so here he invades 2. So now he's on area 7. So Watatsumi would have been live either way. So that clears itself up. So we are now in the proper board state. Now we see our, this is where I say he should have burst into that first. That way he could have used its when invading, and then he could have Ginza'd, burst, raged up to blow up some things, and then invaded to blow up more things. So he does get his blue is reminding him, hey, you get a rage for entering the monster, which will trigger for him to destroy something that is a 6 or lower. And then he'll go ahead and rage 2 more times. He just threw away 2 more monsters there to rage twice more. So he'll clear off all the Battras. The thing is, if he had burst into that 23 first, then when invading, oh no, I'm sorry, this is the one when invading, you discard back down to 2 cards. So basically it was Operation Watatsumi built in, so it doesn't make that big a difference. So here he shows he has the 2-step. Since he advanced to 8, he cleared 8, so he can invasion victory here. But then blue decides to just flex on him. He said, get over here, get back. This reset is weird because he should still be at 8. He should still stomp his own Tokyo. I'm not sure why he reset that, because he will advance to 8. But blue just wants the combo off here. So we're going to see the combo that blue has at their disposal. So technically this area should be cleared, but blue's going to pop off. Since he's at 7, he's going to go ahead. Godzilla against MechaGodzilla 1, Godzilla against MechaGodzilla 2, and then we get another MB92 down. So we got laser guns, we got laser kaiju. He's got everything on board now. And then he tosses the Burning Godzilla's Rampage. So even if there was still something there, he could have popped it. And he uses the when invading effect of the MechaGodzilla to go ahead and clear his rage. And now, and even then, just Varen now comes down, and then last card, Oxygen Destroyer, he knocks him back, but you see counter 45,000 against the 38,000 threat level, so we have a counter victory. Technically, we had the invasion in hand, but blue wanted to flex on him. Pretty interesting gameplay. Heartbreaking to see that naked gold rage. Sleeve it up, man. Sleeve it up. But thank you, Uchi, for the gameplay. Hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Hope you guys come back next time.